Welcome back, friends. My name is Amy, and you're watching Flippin' with Amy, where we talk about selling things on eBay. This is the What Sold video for September. This is a monthly What Sold for September of 2024. I know I'm a little bit behind, and I explained that in the last video. I'm not going to go over that again. Okay, but this month was pretty good. This chair is making me crazy. Okay, it's not my normal chair. I've switched chairs with my husband. I like that chair is much better. This one's wobbly. Okay, it's it's a rolling chair, but it's just not as good. Okay, we had 33 orders. It was 34, and I had to change it because when I did the next month's video, there was one that was canceled on this month and they purchased it on this month. I knew the item was purchased, so when I went into the item on the computer, it wasn't letting me know at what the date of the sale was that went through. I knew it was the second one that went, obviously. But and also this is September, and September numbers, and I just got this information the other day from the internet. So I tried to get it from my phone as far back as I could, and I started there. So this is going to be kind of mixed up. The numbers are going to be mixed up. So I got what I could off of my phone, and then I had to go into the computer and get the rest of the information. So it's going to be mixed up, but there are 33 orders to go through. Like always in my monthly What Sold, the screenshot that you see is going to be correct. It's going to have the correct amount that it's sold for. Sometimes I don't always do like the coins exactly correct, but for the most part, I tried to get the correct numbers for my records here, but whatever you see in the screenshot, that's going to be the most correct amount. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started. I do have my water here. If you don't have water or snacks, you might want to grab that now before we get started. It's going to be a little bit longer than some other videos. I do have October done here. I do have October done, so I can make that video after this. But I have not started on November's numbers yet, which I'm probably going to do that today. Okay. And I might talk to you some more about some other stuff on the end. But for now, I just want to go over these numbers with you. It's going to be out of order. There are some things that sold before in the month, but I'm just going to go through it the way that I have it here, because there's no way for me to be going back and forth in this paper or whatever. So I'm just going to read it off like the way that I have it here. Okay. So the first thing that we have here sold on the 8th of the month, and that is a Bonworth blouse blue. It's a blue turquoise blouse that went to Elizabeth in the state of New York, NY. Size medium, item number 1784, and that sold for $14. I'll be on this side a little bit so that the screenshots can go here. Okay, the next thing that I have here sold on the 16th of the month. Oh, that first thing sold for $14, if I didn't say that. Okay, the next thing is Petty Girl Dress. That went to Celeste in the state of California, and that was a size 8. This one was my granddaughter's dress. I believe it was black and white or gray, long sleeves maybe. Just beautiful, beautiful dress. That was a size 8, item number 3642, and that sold for $18. It was a really nice dress. Really nice. Okay, the next thing I have here sold on the 16th of the month, and that is a tablecloth with the peaches. This is a tablecloth that my mother gave me to sell. She had two of them but that were like exactly the same, so you can't use two at the same time, I guess. So she gave me one of them to sell, and it did sell like within a month of my listing it. That went to Joan in the state of IA, and that was item number 4114, and that sold for $14.78. Okay, the next thing sold on the 18th of the month, and that is a Nordstrom blouse blue. That went to Maria in the state of NJ, size medium, item number 2426, and that sold for $10. The next thing sold on the 18th, and that is Sesame Street Alphabet Case Red. That went to Max, and it doesn't say here what state. Because this was an international sale. So it went to wherever it went. Okay, item number 1295. And this sold for $16. Now you'll see the picture of it. It was a big plastic case with like magnetic alphabets and numbers inside. Really nice, just really nice. Okay, I think it was kind of a newer thing. It wasn't like older vintage, but it was nice. Okay, the next thing I have here also sold on the 18th of the month, and that is, I think it says, Chouse blouse. That went to Lori in the state of Florida, size large, item number 1921, and that sold for $14.76. The next thing sold on the 19th, and that is Catholic Faith Handbook. Thank you for the positive feedback, Edith in California. And the item number was 2916. That sold for $13.53. Okay, the next thing sold on the 20th of the month. I think you can tell by now that there's a lot of things that have been skipped, but they'll be on the end of it. Okay, sold on the 20th of the month, Caribbean Joe blouse. It may be in a Hawaiian shirt, I'm not sure. This sold to Eileen in the state of Oregon, and that's a size 1X, item number 2583, and that sold for $16. Okay, the next thing sold on the 21st of the month, and that is a Lancome black purse. Oh, this one was really nice. It was plastic on the outside, and it opened and snapped. Just really nice. I've had this for years, 3-4 years maybe. This was in the office, and this was I probably had it before the office. Like, it's been in a couple of moves with me already, so I've had this for a while. This went to June in the state of VA. Item number 1247, sold for $17.63. So I'm not sure how much I paid for this originally. Maybe $2. I'm not sure. Now I can try. I was thinking about trying to add how much I paid for each item on here, but most of the things are low priced. I mean, I do the videos showing you how much I paid for everything originally, so you know, like, I don't know what else you want, but I don't think I'm gonna go back and try and tell you how much everything costs. I think that's just pointless. By now you should know that I don't pay very much for them, like $1 or less, maybe $2. But when that does happen, maybe I'll try and let you know that I did pay like $2 for it, but usually I don't pay more than $1 per item, or try not to pay more than $1 per item. So, okay, This one I did pay more than $1, probably, at least $2 for it. But that goes to show you that even things that you've had for a while, you just have to find the right buyer. And this was a kind of bigger item, but it didn't take up that much space. And it just goes to show you that things that you have had for a little bit longer can still sell for a decent amount. And I'm perfectly happy with how much this sold for. And this was a coupon that they used. And I'm totally good with that. I'm totally fine with making $17.63, from something that I've had for many years. I'm glad to see it go. I'm glad someone's gonna get to enjoy it. It was like new and like new condition. I like that. That's very good. Let's keep it. Well, I'd like things to sell faster than 3 or 4 years, but you see what I'm saying? It's still good. Okay. The next thing also sold on the 21st of the month. It's 2 things for the 21st. Longest ride audio CDs new. I'm not sure if this was a bigger thing or a smaller thing, but you'll see the screenshot. Thank you for the positive feedback, Kathleen, who was in the state of WA. Item number 3788. That means it wasn't listed that long. And this sold for $17.61. That was also a coupon. Okay. The next thing sold on the 22nd of the month. That is a Rebecca Malone blouse maroon. I think this was not the fancier one, but like the more casual one with like the half buttons. I could be wrong. There are 2 that I sold recently that were very similar. This went to Kathleen in the state of Alabama, size XL, and item number 3475, and this sold for $14. Okay, the next thing sold on the 27th. Now you can see that things are going to be crossed back and forth. 27th of the month, porcelain patchwork bunny. Oh my gosh, this, once in a while I find something that is like a one of a kind, and I know I have to get it. I did look it up in the store before I got it, but there weren't any bunnies listed, only pigs. And I didn't see anywhere that there had been bunnies, only pigs. I think there was something else, but not bunnies. But anyway, I thought this should have sold a lot faster than it did. But anyway, thank you for the positive feedback, Liv, who was in the state of SC, and that sold for $28. For one-of-a-kind items like that, I think I've only had like 3 or 4 like incredible one-of-a-kind things like this. I had a yellow vase that had blue flowers on it before, and that was amazing, and I sold that for about $30. Also, I had a white egg. It was big. It was like this tall. It was an egg, and it had blue flowers on it before, and also had something else, but I can't remember right now. But that was one of my one-of-a-kind things that I found that I did sell for about $30. Okay, the next thing sold on the 27th of the month, and that was Haynesville movie DVD, and that went to Chad in the state of Texas. Item number 3800, and that sold for a coupon. The amount was $13.52. Okay, the next thing was that purple purse. I think this is the purple fringe purse that I sold. Nice. It went to Tara in the state of California. Item number 3741, and it sold for $13.92. Okay, the next thing is also on the 28th of the month, Antilla Theme Blouse Gray. This went to cat in the state of California, size medium. Item number 2039. Now this one had a lot of activity on it, a lot of watchers on it. I did know that it would sell, but the name brand is not that great, so I accepted an offer of $11, and it did sell, and it did go out. This is something that I've had for a little bit longer of time, and even though it had that much interest in it, it should have sold before before this time, because if there was so much interest on it. But it did go, but it was a size medium, and by the pictures of it, you could tell that it was probably going to fit a little bit small. So that did go ahead and go out for $11. Okay. Now, I hope I'm leaving enough space there for pictures. Okay. The next thing also sold on the 28th of the month. I think that's 3 things for the 28th of the month. Okay, this was a Poison Princess book. I think this was a, this went to Samantha, and this was an international sale. I think this was item number 3090, and this sold for $18.50. I think that was the original asking price. I don't know, you'll see in the screenshot. Okay, the next thing was Wincroft flag. Oh, it was a Texans flag. That's nice. McKevin's always saying, he likes flags, and, I talked about it in the video where my daily what sold video, so you'll see it there. But, it packed down nice, and I got it at the bin, so it cost me like less than $1. So that was fine. It went to Floyd. Thank you for the positive feedback. And he was in Texas. Well, it's a Texans football flag, so hopefully. Item number 3438, and that sold for $12. Didn't take that long to sell. Okay, the next thing sold on the 29th of the month as well, and that is a Liz Claiborne pants brown. I think these were the knee-length pants. Thank you for the positive feedback, Kathy, who was in the state of PA, Pennsylvania. Size was 22W, item number 2100, and those sold for $15.17. Okay, now we're going back. Now we're going back to the things. Now we're going back to the items that I found on the laptop. That's everything that I found on the phone. Now we're starting with the things that I found on the laptop. Okay, the first thing I have here sold on the 2nd of the month, and that is Cat and Jack Unitard Black. I think that was in last month's video, like the last thing on last month's video. That's not good. Hold on. Well, hold on just a second. Let me dig it out. I think that was the last thing on last month's video. But that can't be. It can't be. Hold on. I think that was the last thing on last month's video. It is. Well, this is just... Let's see, where is it? Cat and Jack, size 7-8. Well, maybe it's a different one. Well, sold for the same amount. Let's see. Well, I don't know, because here it says it sold on the 31st of August. The 31st of August, and here it says it sold on the 2nd of September. What's the item number? Yeah, it's the same item number. So, It does on one of these. It doesn't belong. It probably. Well, maybe it sold on this month, but it was paid on this month. I think this is before eBay started making it to where even if they accepted a bid or something like that, or accepted an amount, that they still had time to pay. I think this is before eBay changed that in the system. So I think they accepted the amount on that month and paid on this month. So I don't know. I guess since the amounts would be, but I always put the date that it sells. Well, I don't know, but I'm down $10 on one of the months. I think, I don't know, because I always put the date that it sold on, and here it looks like it was paid on the next month. Well, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Just know that I need to take $10 off somewhere. Okay. That was size 7/8. Item number 3316. It's the same item number, 3316, and that sold for $10. Let's go ahead and move along with the video, okay? But just know I've got to take $10 off of somewhere. Maybe I'll take the $10 off of this month because I didn't receive the $10 that month. But that's the date that it sold. Well, I don't know. And that's going to put minus 10 for this month. We're just going to put us at 354. Put us down to 350 instead of 360 on this month, which makes us for this month even worse than it was before, which was already horrible. Okay, move along. Okay, the next thing is on the 3rd of the month. It is those metal cross earrings, and that was item number 594, and they sold for $10. Okay, the next thing also sold on the 10th of the month. That is a John Pierre sweater white. This one went to the state of ID. Now on these that I got off the computer, there are no names. I have no buyer names. I can get the buyer identification from eBay, but I'm not going to share that with you. That's just too much. Okay, I believe I got positive feedback on this, but I can't tell from this. I can't tell from looking at the computer if I did or not. Okay, this was a size 3X, item number 3097, and that sold for $19. So I need to make sure that I do these reports in a timely fashion, because once it passes that 90-day mark, I'm not going to be able to look it up on my phone. I can get to it, however, from my computer, but it's not going to be all of the information that I want. Okay, the next thing that sold was also on the 3rd of the month, and that is the Roland escargot plates. They were brown. They have the most beautiful glazing. I paid, I think, $4 for a set of 2. I have 2 sets. I still have one more set of those that hasn't sold. And they sold for $20. So I think I had them like 24 or something, because they comped out at like $15 each. So it'll be a $30 listing. But I went ahead and took $20 for the set of those. They went to New Hampshire, NH. Item number 1374. They're just beautiful, just beautiful. I don't know what else you could put in them but snails, but the little holes are like this big. They're really, really small. But they're just beautiful plates. Okay, the next thing sold on the 5th of the month, and that is the Louis L'Amour tapes, the set of 5. That's the first set that I sold of these. I think I have 3 or 4 sets of these. I've already sold 2, so I'll probably have like 3 more sets. Okay, the Louis L'Amour tapes, and that went to New Mexico. Item number 4177, and they sold for $12. Okay, the next thing sold on the 8th of the month, and that is a Liz Claiborne blouse pink. That went somewhere in Texas. Size was J62. I don't know what that means. Okay, item number 3201, and that sold for $13.20 with a coupon. Okay, the next thing sold on the 6th of the month, and oh, this was the Carter's Lovey Green with a hippo. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. This one I got for $2 at the store on 249 that just closed. That's just closed. This went somewhere in Texas, and it was a coupon, and it sold for $23.18. Wow, that's really good. $2 into 23. There you go. Okay, the next thing sold on the 7th of the month. I don't know why we're going back and forth like this. Okay, Karen Scott blouse maroon. I think this is the other maroon top, and it's in the same month. This went to the state of NJ. Size extra large. Item number 4242. And that sold for $12. Okay. The next thing sold on the 10th of the month. It is Nicola blouse gray. That went to KY, Kentucky. Size large. Item number 2288, and that sold for $8. Now I believe this is the one with the chevron design, and it was sleeveless. So $8 was fine for this. Okay, the next thing sold on the 11th of the month, and that is the Joseph Ribkoff tunic. Now that is a designer. That is a bolo. That is something that we should be looking for. That's a bolo. Unfortunately, it went over national. I had it for a while. It was a tunic. It looks like a leather print or something. Anyway, it was just beautiful. You'll see the screenshot. Anyway, that was a size 8. It was a little smaller size. And item number 3862, that went international, and they probably had some additional charges on it that made it more expensive for them. So they sent me an offer of what is it, $12 here, and I seem to have accepted because that's what it says here. So that was a $30 item, and I should not have taken the deal on that, but I was probably desperate for sales, so I took it. But just know that was a $30 item, and I did a bad thing, and I know it affects all of us, but I was probably just wanting a sale. And that did go international. So, you know, we helped out someone international. Okay, the next thing sold on the 11th of the month, and that is a Rue 21 blouse. It says chevron. I think this is one with different colors. I could be mistaken. Okay, this went to the state of MA, was a size medium, item number 2662, and that sold for $10. Okay. The next thing is the Kuchenhof Rose mug. Now you saw this in a Daily What Sold video. This went to NY, New York, item number 425, and that sold for $24. This was also a $30 comped item. It did sell for $24 eventually, but I have had it for a while. This one I acquired while I was in the office, in the office building. Okay, and that sold on the 12th. The one with the tulips, Remember that? Okay. The next thing sold here on the 14th of the month, and that is the Epic Threads Girls Pants, and it went to NM, size 10. item number 3650. I believe this was when I got that lot of stuff from my daughter, and I listed all of those jeans that were my granddaughter's, and this is one of them. And this sold for $17.20. Okay, and then also on the 14th, this is the sale that was, it seems like I've had twice now where one goes from 1 month to the next month. So, a lot of. So, this one, okay, this is a Kardashian curved shirt that I love so much. So it was white with black. It was white sheer top with black shoes and lipsticks and things like that, with a big black bow. It was just beautiful. The problem was it had a stain right here. But you know, if you keep your arms down, you don't say, "Oh, I have a stain," then nobody's gonna know. But anyway, so the thing was, it sold the first time, and anytime I have an item like this where I know it has a really big flaw, I don't assume that the customer, the buyer, knows that it has this flaw. And that I don't assume they read the descriptions, and I don't assume that they looked at the pictures. Okay. So I always message them and say, hey, do you know that this item has this flaw? And that's what I did. As soon as I got the sale, I didn't even pull it. You know, I didn't even pull it. I just messaged the buyer and said, hey, you know, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that this item has this flaw. And if you're okay with that, I'll go ahead and send it out. And they did message me back right away and say, no, I didn't notice that. Can you please cancel the order? So I canceled the order and went about my day. Okay, that's fine. So, the next day or two, I got another order for the same item. So, I think it was a different amount, sold for a different amount too, but anyway, the second time I think it sold for more. But, anyways, here it says it sold for $12 the first time. I think it sold for $15 the second time, but we'll see that later on. Okay, so, I messaged the buyer, the next buyer again, hey, you know, there's a flaw with this item, and, I just want to make sure, you know, if you're okay with it, I'll send it out. And she says, yes, she's just going to use it one time, and she knows someone that can probably get the stain out. And go ahead and send it. So I did go ahead and send that, but when you go into the listing in the computer, it shows you two different times that it sold, and it won't let you pick. It won't let you, once you click on one, you're done. That's it. You're stuck. You're stuck in that screen. So I couldn't get out, so I couldn't find the information. I just had to start over and forget about that. So, what's that sound? I think it's raining. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's not going to be sold on this month. I did take off the $12 off of the total once I added everything up. And once I did the next month stuff, and I realized it's on the next month. Okay, so that's not this month, that's next month. So we're going to forget about that for now. The next thing sold on the 14th of the month, and that is a Tri-Mountain men's shirt red. That went to the state of WA, and that was a size 2XL, item number 3872, and that sold for $13.40. Okay, and the next thing, which is also the last thing, sold on the 15th of the month, and it is a Knox Rose blouse yellow. That went to the state of CO, Colorado, and that was a size medium, item number 3507, and that sold for $9. I think that was a really pretty yellow one with the flowers. You'll see the screenshot and know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I forgot what I was going to say. So this video is getting really long, so I'm going to try to wind it down, and I'm not going to talk about what I was going to tell you at the end of the video. We'll just have to maybe save that for next time. So that was 33 orders. I've still got to figure out what I'm going to do about that $10. I think I took it off of last month, so I am going to count it on this month because this is the month that they paid. So I'm going to go on to last month and kind of cross out that sale from there. My pen doesn't work. Okay, I'm going to cross that off of last month, and we're going to count that towards this month because this is when they paid. Okay, so the total here that we have, so we added $10 and took off $12 because of the white shirt that it sold the second time, and eBay wouldn't allow me to see when it actually sold the time that I wanted to see in eBay, and they wouldn't let me see it. They're just like, oh, this was canceled and refunded. That's not what I want to know. Why would I want to know that? Okay, so anyway, that was 33 orders, and that came out to $479.40. Okay, but keep in mind that off of each order, eBay takes $2 or $3 for fees, and keep in mind that I did pay extra on shipping, several times. That's why I try to put my shipping like a little bit higher so I can retain like 40 cents for my shipping materials. Otherwise, I don't remember a time when the shipping was like way off, but I mean, it probably was. It probably was a couple of times. But otherwise, I guess that's all that I wanted to share with you. I'll share with you more stuff in another video. This one's getting awfully long. So I probably kept like 420, 430, something like that. But this is very good. So we're getting closer to our $500 mark for the month, which, hey, stepping stones, right? But I would like to be doing $100 a day. Sometimes, I'm lucky to get $100 a week, but we've got to think positively and work towards our goals, right? Okay, so this is all that I have for you as far as September monthly sales. So I hope that you like this one. Leave me some comments, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.